think kind of this expectation I had for myself that I had to be somewhere. If I look back at the period as well, I think I was always searching for something and I was never finding it. And I was amazed by it. I was like, wow, okay. Also very scared because of course it opens a lot of doors, you know, that you rather keep closed.
Yeah.
It's because we're so disconnected from ourselves and from the feeling of who we truly are that's what you see. It's chaos. Maybe feeling like, whoa, okay, I'm trying to find something, but it just never. It's actually never there, you know. It's something you maybe see on Instagram a lot as well. Like you can travel to the nicest beaches, but you always take your own shit with you. And it means for me that there's still some work to do inside.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to the One Way Ticket podcast. My name is Liane, and in this podcast, I like to talk to people about their story behind their one-way ticket. This podcast is inspired by a quote of Steve Jobs, which says, "You can't connect the dots looking forward, only looking back." So we dive into the important moment, mindset shifts, and choices that led them to take the leap. And together we connect the dots of their story to inspire you to trust yours. And today I'm with Janne.
Hello, my name is Janne. Nice to meet you.
And we met, I think, already 3 weeks ago.
I
in
think
Guru.
so. Yeah,
It was
true.
it was funny because I was on the other side of the table and we started talking, but the music in Guru was sometimes a bit loud.
Very loud.
So
yeah.
we were screaming, and then
in English also first.
in
right?
English,
Yeah.
and then we discovered that we were Dutch both, so we could
Just
continue in Dutch.
Talk in Dutch,
Yeah.
yeah. Sometimes very nice when you're traveling.
Yeah, because you told me you've been traveling for a long time right now.
Yes.
Like Thailand.
Yeah. I think it's now been 3 years, maybe a little bit over 3 years. And yeah, it was not the plan.
It was not the plan.
No, it was not the plan. So initially just, bought a one-way ticket.
Yeah.
And my plan was to just travel for eight months.
Yeah.
And then to come back to the Netherlands, get a real job, and
Yeah.
like continue the life that's normal in the Netherlands. And then I actually, so I went first to Nepal, did my yoga teacher training, and then I went to Thailand, and I found this beautiful project called the Mindfulness Project.
Yeah.
And they needed a yoga teacher. And then I first stayed thinking I would stay for 10 days, but then I kept extending. And then they asked if I wanted to become the yoga teacher of the project. So then in the end, I stayed 1.5 years.
That's so cool. And that was in Thailand? Where
Yeah.
exactly?
So it is in North Thailand, not Chiang Mai, not Pai, but actually 10 hours to the right. To the right.
Hours?
Yes. So it's like northeastern side of Thailand. Yeah.
Okay, no, I've never been there. Yeah, maybe a bit because of the border of Laos.
Yes, it's very close to the border of Laos. Yeah,
Yeah, I did my visa run there, so I just went and
yeah,
went back.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. I did that also many times there. Yeah, no, it's a beautiful place.
Yeah. Okay, so 3 years ago, can you take me back to your like Dutch life?
My Dutch life. Oh, yes.
How does it look like?
Oh, full. I did so much. I think after studying, like I did the normal route, went to high school, then go to Groningen to study, and then
What did you study?
human movement science.
Okay, what is
So,
this exactly?
It's about everything related to the human body. So you have, I love the neuroscience. I'm a bit of a nerd in that. So it's like a research study which goes very deeply in how the body works and all in comparison to movement.
Yeah.
So
That's an interesting study. I've never heard it before.
No, a lot of people don't know it. It's kind of like if you don't want to become a doctor but are very interested in the human body, then you can do that. And you can go different ways, like healthy aging or sports or
Okay.
whatever.
I
Yeah.
wish I did that.
It's a fun study. However, I must say, like afterwards, what you can do with it, that's like very vague.
Yeah.
So I think that's where I found myself as well afterwards.
Yeah, but I feel like that's with many
Yes,
studies.
it's true.
You're done and then
Yeah, what now?
what now?
No, it's true. Yeah, so then actually, I ended, and then during my studies, I was a personal trainer in a gym, because I'm still very interested in the human body and helping people, but more in a clinical setting or in a gym was a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And but yeah, my life was very full, so I had a very big social life. Worked, I think, 30 hours a week. Did then my master degrees next to it, which was more into chronic diseases and how to kind of cure them in a more natural way, holistic
Yeah.
way. So yeah, it was a lot. I think I was really running on reserves.
How does that feel? Like,
Hmm.
what kept you going?
That's a good question. Um, I think what kept me going was, I think, kind of this expectation I had for myself that I had to be somewhere, or that I had to, like, I think there's quite some big expectations in the Netherlands. Everyone is showing all the best sides of themselves, and you feel like you have to get a really good job, you have to buy a house, you have to, like, be somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think I always knew that that path wasn't really for me, but I still had this feeling inside. So I think, yeah, if I look back at the period as well, I think I was always searching for something, and I was never finding it.
Yeah.
So I think that's how it felt, like always going, searching, but
So it
never
was a little
finding.
bit of a war between searching for what you really want and achieving what you
Yes.
actually feel like you have to achieve. Do
Yes,
you know where
I
it's
think.
coming from? You said the Netherlands, the culture. But
Yeah, more on a personal note, I think for me it comes really from like a deep-rooted feeling of not feeling good enough. Um, so I think, yeah, personally, my parents got divorced, and I think it was in a very fragile period of time when I was like 12, and
Yeah.
then I was also like a top athlete, so I did
Okay.
like professional cycling. So I think the combination of kind of like this, yeah, just like this, yeah, you can say trauma from the divorce, and then also these high expectations when you are like
In
an
the
athlete,
yeah.
then it kind of becomes this, yeah, very big soup of perfectionism, not feeling good enough, but then going and having this very hard determination of, like, yeah, achieving, I think.
Yeah.
So
And I once spoke to a girl that was also a top athlete, but then into gymnastics. And he said the world is really tough because I played football and you're in a team, so you're
Yeah.
always together. But like with cycling and gymnastics, you're a solo
Yeah, yeah.
uh,
No, it's true. It's,
sporter.
yeah.
So how does that feel to you as a like kid? I would say to be in this life, to be in this high achieve
Yeah.
environment.
Yeah. To be honest, I think for me it was a kind of like a flight way out. So at the moment it felt very good because I didn't have to think of home. I didn't have to think of, like my personal emotions. So it was kind of like a way how I could direct all my focus and distract myself, I think. So at the moment it felt very good. But there's of course a but after a while.
Yeah.
I couldn't continue like that anymore because it wasn't coming from me from a passion where I wanted to become a top athlete. It was more like, okay, this is a way to distract.
Yeah.
So I think at one moment, yeah, it kind of all broke down a little bit where I was also struggling with an eating disorder coming from these high expectations. And yeah, then I talked with my coach and it's like, I don't think I can continue like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was very lonely also, I think, because like you say, it's a solo sport. And then, yeah, going through that alone and not talking about it, or there's not so much room. And also, I must say, what I was very surprised of, I thought there would be a good help in the sport world, because I think a lot of people suffer from similar things. But there wasn't actually. Like they really didn't know how to cope with it. So I kind of, yeah, got lost a little bit further, and then I decided, okay, it's time to stop.
Can you take me to that moment that you decided, okay, because I feel like I don't know how much time have you spent in this environment? How many years?
Yeah, and so it was like really living from in another place, like being internal at the sports facility place was, I think, from my 13th until my 17th or
Okay,
14th.
so that's quite a while, 4 years.
Yes, yeah.
So you really like for 4 years you're really into this everything, and then once you decided, or not really decided, actually maybe you were pushed to quitting.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course my performance went down, so that was also kind of like a way where I had to stop. I must say at the moment it felt quite a relief, I think. It was kind of like a long exhale where I go like,
Yeah.
okay, I actually don't have to do this anymore. And I love learning and studying. So then it's like, okay, I can choose something which I'm still passionate about, the human body and the movement, just not on such a physical level
Yeah,
anymore.
I see. Okay,
Yeah.
and then you did your studies in Groningen.
Yeah.
And then you decided to have a job. What did you after?
So yeah, I was working in the gym as a personal trainer. And my idea was, because I was doing this like chronic disease master degree or holistic approach to chronic diseases, to maybe start a clinic or to help. Like I always had a strong urge to help people.
Yeah.
So I always really wanted to do something where I could, make someone's life a little bit better. So I think, that was the idea, I think, to continue the masters, just do the job in the gym, and continue like that.
Yeah. And then at some point you had the feeling, okay, I want to travel.
Yeah. So I was traveling already a bit in between. Like always, if I had some time, I would buy the cheapest flight that was available, go somewhere. And then I think actually I wanted to travel between my bachelor and my master's, but then COVID happened. So I waited, and then when everything was open again, I was like, okay, now it's time to go.
Let's
I want to
go.
go. Yeah. I want to travel. Yeah.
And that was the trip to
discover.
Nepal.
Yes. Yes.
And
that's
then you decided to do your yoga
teacher training.
teacher training.
Yeah. Yeah. yoga
Why did
teacher
you want to do that?
I think what really appealed to me, well, first I thought I'm very stiff from all the training, I need to stretch. And then yoga became more of a thing. So yeah, it was first for me more the physical part. But then when I started doing yoga, I really discovered yoga, like what it actually is, and that it's going beyond the physical. And for the first time, I think in my life, I could do movement, but in a gentle way. So not pushing, because I really always doing sports come from kind of like using sports, using movement, using it as a distraction. And yoga is kind of like, no, you have to focus, like get your awareness all inside and still using the human body, but on such a different level, such a different way. And I was amazed by it. I was like, wow, okay. Also very scared, because of course it opens a lot of doors, that you rather keep closed.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I did the yoga teacher training, and it really opened my eyes. I was really like, wow, this is such a beautiful way where I can kind of combine all my interests and use myself first as the case study, like, okay, what is the benefits of it, and how like it really shaped my life in that sense.
And how long did the training last?
It's a month.
A month.
Yeah.
Did you notice any difference between like the first week and the last week? What was like the biggest difference in you as a person?
Yeah. So I must say, actually, this training was not the best yoga teacher training.
No?
So I didn't really feel the heart of the place. So it was still very physical, and I think it was traditional Himalayan yoga, which is more based on, it's not this fluffy like, oh, welcome, and we talk about feelings, It's like more, okay, this is the asanas, and it's cool because you really understand why they do it and what's more their philosophy. But I think at the moment it was not entirely, it was more, again, physical, like really focused on the physical body. And I think that's also what we now in yoga really focus on nowadays in the Western world, is really this physical aspect. But there's, for me, it's more about like the emotions that can come up. What do you feel inside? So I think the biggest shift was actually not after the training, but I found this monastery. It was actually quite a special story. I was a bit done with this yoga teacher training. I was like, what is this? And then I started walking in Nepal, and all of a sudden I went a little bit in the forest, and I saw this really giant golden Buddha, like really giant. And I was like, whoa, what is this? And I wanted to go, but I couldn't find a path to it. So I was like, okay, I go down again. But there was something in my head saying like, no, you should go up. You should go up. So then I kept on trying, found the stairs up, and then I come to this beautiful monastery, like really beautiful place. and yeah, I'm being greeted by this man called Yogi, and I was like, wow, okay, this is really nice. Felt very welcome. So we started talking also about the yoga teacher training, and like, I don't know what it was, but the way how he questioned me, I started crying straight away.
The way
It's
how he what?
like questioned, like
Ah,
that the
questions, yeah.
questions he asked. And he's like, that doesn't feel like it's what you need, right? And it's like, wow, no, you are right. And then he said, well, if you like, afterwards you can stay here in the monastery, and we have a yoga teacher from India, and he's teaching every day, and maybe you can meet him. And actually, that was the biggest change, where I was like, wow, okay, I have to follow my intuition. I have to follow what I feel. Then come to this place, and then I spent 2 weeks after nature.
Yeah.
Quiet.
Sorry. Go on. 2 weeks in nature.
Yes, 2 weeks in the monastery, and then I could go to the yoga class every day. And this guy actually said to me, "Well, I'm a little bit bored. I'm only teaching one class a day. So if you want to, like, learn more, I'm very happy to talk with you and to teach you." I think, yeah.
That's such an insane story. Like all the aspects of it. Like you're not finding the right place in the yoga training, and then you see something, you want to go there, but you can't find the path.
And then
Then something screaming inside, like, we have to go.
Yes, yeah,
we
yeah.
will find a way.
Exactly.
We go.
Yes.
We
yeah.
go up and we find a way to go to that monastery. And then this guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. Those.
So you stayed 2 weeks there, and there was this yoga teacher. What was his name?
His name was Rajus.
Rajus.
Yeah.
And he learned you more about feeling inside
Yes.
during the yoga.
Yeah, yeah, and really using the yoga as a way to going inwards, and to, I think, yeah, for me, what yoga now really is, and that was shaped by that experience, is that the mat is really your mirror, and whatever you do, it's not about like the poses or how insane you can hold like a headstand for 5 minutes, but it's about, are you able to stay with just what is, and be able to be present, let your thoughts just come and go, and yeah, really preparing the body for more this, yeah, internal awareness. And from that, also what I loved, what he was always saying was, not keep it on the mat, don't keep your practice on the mat, but have this hour for yourself to train, but then take it into your life. Like, yoga is not only on the mat, but it's about aligning your actions from kind of this place of clarity instead of disconnection. And with that, I think what we see also in the world with, our planet, with how the wars, what are going on, I think it's because we're so disconnected from ourselves and from the feeling of who we truly are, that's what you see. It's chaos, but I think if we take moments to really connect with ourselves inside, it will change the world, but it starts within.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's beautiful. And can you give me an example of for maybe the last month that you really put that yoga practice into your daily life? Like something happened that maybe made you upset or anything?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, so I think me and my partner just decided decided to move to Indonesia. So we came here end of September, and after like a long time of traveling, felt like really needing a space to just, or like a home, and I think that's what's really helping me in this moment, because it's quite chaos moving somewhere else and not really knowing. We still didn't find a place yet where we really, like, stay or grounded, and we're going around quite a lot, feeling different places. And I must say, I'm struggling a little bit with it, because yeah, it's very unstable. And I think the yoga, what helped me a lot in this period, is to find that place more inside. So instead of kind of having a home, like a physical home, having that home inside. Yeah. And I must say, not going right always. this morning I had a little also overwhelming moment. I was like, oh my God, and we're going again to another place, and I felt very overwhelmed. And I think with traveling, I can imagine a lot of people that buy a one-way ticket or go. Yeah, it can be a lot, like just moving, having everything in your bag. And I think yoga for me really helps me to kind of, yeah, get yourself out of that mind state or let the thoughts, the emotions pass through and then be like, "Whew, okay, I'm okay, like I'm here, breathe, it's okay."
Yeah. But that's a beautiful thing. You say, like, building a home inside of yourself instead of finding it everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, that was actually what my dad said when I left for the first time traveling. We gave a dinner and he gave a speech and he was saying, Jana, I have the feeling you're always like running away from places or trying to find something. And he said, I think maybe when you go out into the world and you're with yourself, hopefully you find this home more inside of yourself.
Yeah.
So you're not searching anymore.
That's so
just
sweet.
having it with you. Yeah, it's very sweet. Very wise man.
Yeah. So you had a dinner before you left with all your friends, family. How did
Yes.
your friends and family actually react on the fact that you went for a one-way ticket and didn't have a plan?
Well, I think they always knew that I wasn't really meant for the path. So they weren't surprised, I think. It was, of course, also a bit sad because I love my friends, I love my family, they're amazing. So still to today, I think that's a big struggle, when you are somewhere not living at home. But yeah, no, they weren't too surprised. But also, yeah, they were saying like, "Oh, aren't you scared, or don't you feel like, yeah, mainly scared inside?" And of course, there were things like uncertainties, and I was like, "Huh." But at the moment, I think I was just very excited to discover new places, and maybe also a little bit like hoping that I would find still something where like that to fill up something and yeah, that was a good lesson during this whole time traveling that yeah, you cannot find it in the outside.
What was your biggest fear before you left?
Ooh, um, not finding what I was searching for. So I think yeah, I'm always being like I always was pretty good alone. Like I'm not that bad of having like the fear of being alone, but yeah, I think like maybe feeling like whoa, okay, I'm trying to find something, but it just never it's actually never there, Like I think that was the biggest fear.
Yeah. So maybe also if I say it right, going away from the Netherlands like to anywhere was your last chance to find something within yourself.
Yes. Yeah.
But actually now what you say is it's already in myself even whenever I go.
Yes, that's very beautiful.
And now you only have to build it.
Yes, exactly.
Like the house in
exactly. Wow, that's very beautiful.
I think you have now the foundation already, a big foundation because of the yoga.
Yes. Yeah.
And now you can build it.
Yeah, yeah. I think
because I feel like it's not finished yet, but you have a very strong foundation already.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely. I think that's a super beautiful metaphor, and I think that's really how it is. Because, yeah, sometimes I feel a bit not ashamed, but like still there's this voice inside. It's like, geez, you didn't like build your house yet, Like you've been 3 years later, but I think it's like your house is probably never really finished. No. But the foundation is there. Yeah.
Okay, and can we go back to like you did a 1 month training yoga, and after you went to Thailand for more yoga or just traveling, what was exactly the plan?
Yeah, so the plan was just to actually I was meeting up with my boyfriend at the time, now ex-boyfriend, but I still had a boyfriend in the Netherlands, and he was visiting me, and then when he left, so we had a month together, which was also challenging because we had very different perspectives on life, and he's amazing, so I love him a lot, but he just wants to like be more at home and build something there, which I totally understand. But for me at the time, that wasn't where my mind was. And then afterwards, when he left, just to travel actually. And then this girl from the Netherlands, friend from a friend at home, she said, there's this really beautiful project in Thailand. You should go there. So then I was like, okay, I just go
Let's
there.
go.
Yeah.
I don't have a plan, so this is the plan.
Yes.
Okay, and then you told me, okay, I stayed there for 11 days or 8 days, 11, in a short time.
Yeah.
And you loved it so much that you extend.
Yes. Yeah. So it's called the Mindfulness Project, and it's from a German couple who's been in Thailand for a long time, and they were monk and nun for a period of time. And then they realized a lot of things. They got a lot of knowledge from the monks, the Thai monks, and they're like, wow, this is amazing. This is helping so much in our lives. We want to share it with other people. So then they created the Mindfulness Project. And it's kind of like a volunteer based where people come and you pay a small amount, but then you help and then you learn a lot about Buddhism and yoga and, well, multiple life philosophies combined. And very in contact with nature there and very basic. And then you have yoga and meditation every morning, and that's where I loved it the most, that one. And then stayed.
Okay, and you say they have a few big realizations during their time in Thailand. What was your biggest realization during your time there?
Wow, that's a good question. Yeah, I think the biggest realization, what is in line with what my dad said as well, was that I was still running. Like even with traveling, I was still running and distracting. And I think being there forced me to really slow down, to really connect, to really open up. They do talking circles every night as well. So, and I realized that I actually wasn't totally honest also towards people. Always thought, oh, she's this like smiley, very happy girl. And I am also, but there was this kind of big thing, like a ball I was pushing down. And I think there I finally felt the moment to release it, you know, and it was not always pretty. There was a lot of crying and a lot of, tough moments as well, when kind of the feelings and the emotions that you've been suppressing for so long are coming up. And I realized that it's actually all about the people you have surrounding yourself. So if you have a beautiful community supporting yourself, it's okay. Also, if you're not the best version of yourself, or if you're, sad, or but it's about the people that are there for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that time there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, I want to go too.
Yeah, it's it's a really
amazing.
recommended. It's open again in January.
Okay. Maybe I book my flight.
Yes.
And after that time, what did you do?
So the project was 1.5 years that I stayed there, and it's kind of based on that it's open for 1 or 2 months and then closed for a month. So it was actually amazing because then I could still travel, like discover, and stay there. And I also in the summer went back for a period of time, broke up, then came back again to the project, and then afterwards, that's now a little bit over a year ago. It's a beautiful project and still, but also at the time they were moving from land, and it was very hectic. And I think it was all volunteer based, so of course I could stay there for free, but I was also working in the summer to earn enough money to come back. And I realized it wasn't really sustainable anymore. Could feel that what I said before, like my biggest like passion is trying to be there for other people or helping people in a way. I think we all kind of have that, but I could feel I was really again running on reserve. So at the time I realized like, okay, this is not sustainable anymore for myself. So I think I have to leave the project and maybe go on my own path again and see what comes, build a bit more a sustainable life for myself. Yeah.
And then what did you do? Because I don't think you came to Indonesia.
No,
then.
no. So actually I went my one of my best friends, she was traveling and she said, well, I'm in the Philippines, you can come here. So I was like, okay, I don't know what to do, so I just go. And then actually I was texting with Boryan, my partner at the moment, and I met him half a year before that in Thailand. And I was saying, well, I'm going to the Philippines, to Siargao. And then he said, well, I'm going there as well. So see you there. Then actually, my friend was on Siargao. It's a little surface island. And we flew to Cebu to take the ferry there. And I was meeting Boryan there, like in Cebu. So in the beginning, we were just very good friends. Not really romantic in that way. But then it was funny because then we saw each other on the airport and it was like, oh, who are you? And then you can call it a coincidence or not, but there was a typhoon. So we actually couldn't take the ferry. So we had to spend the night in Cebu. And then, well, from there on, he's my boyfriend.
Yeah, that's cute. It's meant to be. It's
meant
really
to
meant
be.
to be.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay, and then Siargao and
then we actually went through a period of quite a lot of traveling. So, of course, also being on this pink cloud and really in love. And he has been going around the world also for a couple years. So we went to Siargao, we went to Sri Lanka, where I taught some more yoga, and went to Japan for the winter season. And then after Japan, then we went to Bali and Nusa Lembongan, and we were both, we've been there for a couple of times. And I think there we really felt like, wow, okay, this is a place, Indonesia is a place where we could see ourselves living.
Yeah.
So I think, that was the moment where we're like, okay, I think we want to settle here.
And living like for a long time or for forever? Or what is the...
Yeah, no plan yet still. But definitely we think in years now.
Okay,
so
years.
yeah, it's not like 1 or 2, but forever I don't know. Like I also don't know if I want children, or I don't know if you know, but like if you want to have a family or not. I don't know if I would want to have that here, without my parents, without my family. But that's our thoughts for later. I think.
That's what everyone is asking me too. Like,
Yeah.
what are you going to do? Where are you going to stay?
Yeah.
Or are you going to have kids?
Yeah.
I need to find a boyfriend first before, actually.
Maybe that's a good plan. Oh, you don't have to nowadays anymore. But
Yeah, but actually I would love to have that.
Yeah.
Like single mom traveling.
Yeah.
Like where I leave my children when I want to surf.
Oh my, yeah. Well, that could be a good business.
And daycare behind the surf spots.
Yes.
Yeah, it's always to everyone I talk, there's no really like 5-year plan. It's just now and maybe tomorrow too.
Yeah. It's a beautiful reminder every day, right? Like there's only now, so better live it.
And what is the best thing so far here with Borneo? Borneo. Boryan. What's the best thing so far here?
I think the best thing is how it's flowing. Like we are meeting people, very coincidental, but just the right people. And it's just really flowing. So for example, where we are right now, it's called The Hill, and it's an organic farm here in Lombok. Not only a farm, but also really a space where they want to bring people together that are like-minded, so that are interested in sustainability, permaculture, and kind of create a network where together with all the people living here, with the people that are coming from different countries, but also the local people, to create like a better way of developing Lombok, in a sustainable way. And yeah, we found this place again by coincidence. Boryan actually found it with, he is doing some solar projects, and someone, Raul, good friend now, he said, well, you have to check out the hill. So then he came here, and then they were like, yeah, we need solar, but we need a little bit more as well. So then we met the owner and the people here, and they're like, yeah, we really would like some help with maybe some management. And I also have some background in event management, workshops, retreats. And they were like, well, yeah, we would love to contribute to that. So yeah, I think it's the flowing of things and the beautiful people and projects that are happening here.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Do you like all the pieces of the puzzle fits perfectly into your life right now at this moment?
Yeah.
Is it really like this or?
Yeah, you can see the doubt, huh?
Yeah.
It's funny because I think theoretically, yes. If you would write it all down, you're like, wow, that's amazing. However, there's still something inside which is like, yeah, not content. I don't know if you understand what I mean, but I think, yeah, it's something you maybe see on Instagram a lot as well. Like, you can travel to the nicest beaches, but you always take your own shit with you. And it means for me that there's still some work to do inside, you know?
Yeah.
So it might look very perfect on the outside, but yeah, you always have your own struggles inside. So I think that's very good also for people that are traveling, that you're allowed to have those feelings, because I think sometimes when people look from the outside, and it sounds very, we're all very privileged, but you know, like, it sounds like you have to always be happy because you're living here and you'll be able to serve every day or whatever. But I think, yeah, you're still human and you still have feelings and emotions, even though the external things are good. You're allowed to, you know, like, also have these feelings. Yeah.
I really feel that, because last year I really felt it. Sometimes I felt down because I was traveling for a year back then, and it's been amazing. But sometimes I feel down, and then I don't know why.
Yeah.
And I was beating myself up, like, how can you feel bad because you have the life you want? People want your life. You can't feel down, and then it became worse, of course, because I was suppressing it. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting and also very important to tell people you can't run away from yourself when you go to, I don't know, the perfect beaches in Bali.
Yes, exactly.
Or the best parties in New York, with whatever their best parties are. I don't know.
Yeah.
Actually,
no idea.
You can't really run away from that. And the external things, they will keep you happy maybe for a certain amount of time.
Exactly. Yeah.
But in the end, you're still with yourself. Yeah.
Exactly. You really have
I
to
think
find
that's well, at least for me, a really important realization that it's not from all the outside.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. We have to search it within.
Yeah.
And find it within. Yeah.
Do you think you are more aware of this right now than like 3 years ago?
Definitely.
Before you travel?
Yeah, definitely. I think before, when you're kind of in the normal rat race of the West, you're always kind of like, if I'm having the perfect job, then I will be happy. If I'm going on holidays, then I'm happy. If I have the perfect body, then I will be happy. But I think, yeah, whenever you kind of then are on those perfect beaches in Bali and you still don't feel happy, it's like, okay, there's something else. Yeah. So yeah, I think definitely it helps a lot. Yeah.
And with all the knowledge of you have now, would you have done something different in the years that you were a top athlete?
That's a very nice question. Yeah. So I think the first thing is talk. Like, reach out to people, be honest about what is going on inside. And I think as a 14-year-old, you're maybe not yet capable of really like holding yourself in that sense as kind of a mother would, but yeah, maybe allowing a little bit more space and being way softer to yourself, like being very, yeah, way kinder, and that it's okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel nowadays still that little girl inside that is really hard on
Mm.
them herself?
Yeah, she can come up,
In
definitely. Yeah.
what way?
Ah, it can be like a fight in your head, you know, like even with surfing, for example,
Mm-hmm.
when it doesn't go the way I want it to go, or I feel like a loser or whatever, you know, like thoughts are coming up, they're saying like, oh, you're, you know, like you're shit. Everyone thinks you're a loser, blah 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 blah. And then well, the whole thing comes, but then yeah, it's kind of like becoming aware of that. I think that
Mm-hmm.
really is the key, you know, like first step, becoming aware. Oh, okay, this voice is inside. That's not so nice to say.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I don't have to believe it actually. You know, like my teacher always said at the Mindfulness Project, if someone tells me you're a very shit golf player, you'll be like, yeah, that's true because I don't play golf, you know, like it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't touch you. But if someone says you're a very bad teacher, yeah, you would feel insecure because there is a little part inside of yourself that maybe believes it.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're saying a surfer, you know, like you're a very bad surfer. And I think in that moment, I realized you have a choice to believe it or not. You have a choice to, when this voice comes up, to be like, okay, that's not so nice. Maybe that comes from conditioning or whatever, but it's okay, you know, like let it go. And then maybe to this like child that's coming up and shouting, saying like, you're, you know, it's okay, you're fine. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, being a bit more kind again.
Yeah. This is interesting. I think a bit of this knowledge also comes from your master about neuroscience, right? Or
Yes.
no, the bachelor
Yeah.
neuroscience.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did you learn there that really came into handy in your life right now?
So, what I think, for example, with yoga now, because I still teach or I
Mm-hmm.
still practice, I'm still Dutch and still like to know why sometimes,
Yeah.
you know? And I think what helps me a lot is how to calm down the nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
And I've learned that in the bachelors and like techniques and more how the general nervous system works.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people are kind of in this fight and flight mode.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what helped me the most from my masters is understanding how the body works in that sense, and then work with it and see how you can use the knowledge to calm yourself down, feel more at ease in your body, feel more at ease with yourself. And
Yeah.
yeah.
What is your best knowledge, or what is best advice for me to? Because
Mm.
I know a little bit of how it works, but not.
Mm-hmm.
What is your advice to people that don't really know about this at all?
Spend time in nature.
Yeah.
I think there are 100,000 techniques, and you can dive into yoga, into breath work, into sound healing, into, I don't know, somatics. There are so many ways, but I think what is the quickest and easiest way is just to spend time in nature.
Mm-hmm.
It will calm down your nervous system straight away. Um, and it's easy, you know, and everyone enjoys it. So, yeah.
Is diving into the ocean for a surf session also a
Ah,
destination?
yes, yes, definitely.
Let's go.
One with the ocean.
Okay, perfect. Okay, we have a very great story. I really loved everything. But I would like to connect the dots with you. So,
Okay.
what is the three main turning points in your life that led you to where we are right now?
Oh, the three main turning points. Okay. I think one was the divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Because that brought me, you know, like to a place, a not so nice place, maybe, but, or maybe that's not the turning point, that's maybe more the event. And the turning point was, I think, yeah, starting working on that. So going more into yoga and then started traveling, of course. So I think that was one. Two, I think, is finding the Mindfulness Project.
Mm-hmm.
And learning about ways to do that. And then the third one, is meeting my partner, Boryan, because he's such a great example, I think, of how a very healthy nervous system looks like. And he shows me every day how you can go from surviving, which sometimes I feel like a lot of people, including me, do, to thriving, and enjoying, and that life is an adventure, and that it's a playground, and you can, like, try the things, and it's not failure if it doesn't work, but it's just learning.
Yeah.
And seeing it more like that.
That's an interesting one. Thriving instead of surviving. Okay. So one turning point was maybe not so nice one for you, but a very important one in the end, like the divorce of your parents and then all the shit that came after, but you learned from it.
Yeah.
And what was it, monastery or no, the Mindfulness Project?
Mindfulness Project.
And then meeting your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for people that are still struggling with, because the divorce of your parents is not your fault. It's something that happened, but it has a big impact on you as a person. Do you have some advice for people that are struggling with the same, like something happened in their life and it's not their fault. It's not in their hands, it's not in their control, but they have to deal with the consequences.
Yeah. So I think my biggest advice for people that are now struggling with something that happened is that maybe vulnerability is the biggest power, actually, to come close to that moment and to also then be able to let it go. Because I think, if I look back at my experience from running away from it and distracting and trying to fill that hole up inside, it's like like a ball that comes back straight into your face. So I think just to be brave and face it, and that's really easy said, I know that, but you're strong enough to do that, to really see the vulnerability as the power.
Beautiful. So we talked about that you build your strong fundament for your house. What's going to be the next room?
I love your little metaphors. They're so cute. The next room is, I think, a room for creativity and thriving. So, to really, again, not stay at just foundation and surviving, but paint a really colorful, beautiful room with lots of the rainbow colors, and feeling also what is the passion and what to follow. Yeah.
Beautiful. Can't wait for the housewarming.
You're very welcome.
Let's go. Okay, thank you so much for your story. I really, really enjoyed it. It was a really special one, I feel like. Thank you so much for that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for your great questions. It's amazing. You're really asking the right questions.
Thank you. Okay, thank you so much for watching this episode with Janne. Like and subscribe if you want to see more, and follow me on social media.
Yes, follow her.